Ladies and gentlemen, the superintendent of Katy ISD is Paul Friday. The assistant superintendent for student services is Glenda. Assistant director of athletics is Debbie Decker. Assistant athletic directors Charlie Stevens, Todd McVeigh, and Pat Dowling. The principal of Morton Ranch is Julie Henson. His official rosters are referee James Kelly, umpire Courtney Miller, head linesman Robert Munoz, line judge Ed DeStefano, back judge Leroy Peters, side judges are Chris Miller and Greg Lipman. Ladies and gentlemen, it's football time in Texas! Welcome to Rose Stadium, tonight's game between the Katy Tigers and the Morton Ranch Mavericks. Here come the Tigers. Gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats. As the Morton Ranch High School Choir, under the direction of Tracy Patterson, and signed by the Morton Ranch High School American Sign Language Club under the direction of Nancy Piper, honor America with our national anthem.
Well, a big hello and welcome everyone into Texan Live's coverage of high school football. We're presented to you by TexanDrive.com, and we're coming at you live from Rhodes Stadium here in Katy, Texas, in a District 19 6A matchup featuring the Katy Tigers and the Morton Ranch Mavericks. I'm Mark M. Johnson. Alongside with me is Derek Jones, and as always, an absolute pleasure to bring you the game live here on Texan Live. And hey, if you'd like to know more about Texan Live, feel free to check out the rest of the website for incredible highlight videos, archive games, upcoming events, and a whole lot more. You can like our Facebook page, Texan Live, and you can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Texan_Live, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Texan Live, as well. Well, having said all of that, welcome once again, everybody. It is nice, incredible weather. I mean, I wouldn't even say nice weather. It's incredible weather to be playing football tonight, and we should have a good one here for you. Of course, the mighty Katy Tigers coming undefeated, looking for their 44th district win in a row. Man, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, Katy has they've been a monster. And like you said, the weather is actually great. The sun is out. It's about 79 degrees. Good crowd on both sides. Looking forward to an exciting game. Katy's come out this season just like they do most seasons. They're 6-0, 3-0 in district, of course. So far, total yards 2509. They have 101 first downs. They've had 1623 in rushing yards. That's about 7.73 yards per attempt. 886 passing yards so far, and that's about 16.7. They don't do a lot of passing. They only passing when they really need to. That rushing attack with Porter has been dominant all season long. Right now, he's the second leading rusher in the district behind Donovan Lee from Mayde Creek. Hard to believe that, but Katy puts up so many points from their defense as well. Their defense is one of the top-ranked defenses in the state of Texas. Of course, they come out, they match their opponent each week, and expecting a big game from them. And hopefully, Morton Ranch can come out, of course, be aggressive themselves and compete. It's always hard when you're playing against a team like Katy. They come out, and sometimes they can take your will early. But hopefully Morton Ranch will come out and compete for the whole 4 quarters, and you never know what's going to happen. On paper, it may look one way, lopsided, but you have to play the game and look for a big game from Morton Ranch today.
We've seen many upsets, of course, this season and past seasons. So who knows what's in store for today. The kickoff is underway, and it is kicked out of bounds. They let that one go around the 7-yard line. So Katy's going to have pretty good field position after that ball was kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, it's always tough when you come out and you miskick the first ball. You want to kick it down the field. I mean, I can understand if that's part of your strategy, but Katy, the way they play, they'll probably make you re-kick it again because they want that field position.
That is what they will do. Lining back up to kick it once again are the Mavericks. Move this ball to the 35-yard line now.
And as they get set up, I have some keys for Morton Ranch. They need to run hard and play hard all game long. They need to try to pass the ball. I know they're a running team. They need to try to pass, maybe some short outs, some quick routes. Time of possession is going to be key. They need to play keep away and keep that Katy offense off the field as much as they can.
Batiste hits it and is fielded about the 11-yard line. Taken up past the 20, finds a hole, going to the outside. Now a big tackle and wrapped up around the 42, 43-yard line is where Katy will start off their first drive of this game. Katy, of course, with that big 41-8 victory over Seven Lakes in their last game. Kyle Porter ran for 220 yards and had 4 touchdowns. He's in the backfield right now. There's the handoff. It's going to go to Porter. He'll take it right across midfield into Morton Ranch territory. About the 49-yard line is where he is going to be stopped.
Nice counter play tackled by Ryan Holmes on that, on the linebackers. Linebackers are definitely going to have to be key this game. They're going to have to read their keys and make sure they're stepping up hard, because Katy will run that trap and that counter play over and over again until you stop it.
Bring the I formation, 1 in motion. Rolling out, the throw to the outside is complete around the 39-yard line. Good for a first down. Tony Mullins, with the reception from Garrett Doran.
That's a nice out route, a little roll out to your left-hand side and hit your big wide receiver for a first down. Morton Ranch right now, their coverage is off. They have their cornerbacks about 10 yards deep. They're giving respect to the wide receivers from Katy. They may want to step up just a little bit.
Ball officially on the 40-yard line. We'll have a 1st and 10 from there. Doran rolls out, will throw. Pass is completed inside the 30-yard line. Looks like it's going to be good for another Tiger first down. Dylan Vasquez with the reception, the tight end.
Another nice rollout from Doran to go to his right-hand side. You had your tight end dragging from the left all the way over to the right. It's a nice route to linebacker. That middle linebacker has to follow that tight end all the way across. A lot of times it's hard for the linebacker to, from a speed perception, to keep up with that tight end.
Doran's going to pitch this one back to Porter. He's going to take it up the middle and get a pretty good chunk of yards on the play. Good for about 6 or 7 yards. So Katy's going to have a 2nd and 4 on the 23-yard line of the Mavericks. Porter in the backfield by himself. Will get the ball. Will charge up the middle, find a hole, get near the first down. It looks like he's got it from here. And he does. They indicate a first down, so the chains will move. Fresh set of downs coming for Katy.
Nice tackle, Ryan Lopez, another one of the linebackers stepping up. The only bad thing about that, you want your linebackers to make plays and make tackles, but if Katy's reaching the 2nd level every time they run the ball, it's only a matter of time before they pop through there.
Katy with their next drive here that comes. A quick pass out to the right side. It's going to be near the end zone. He may have just rolled himself in there. It is. Katy strikes first, a touchdown pass that gets into the hands of Angulo.
Nice pass to the top of the screen. You had Angulo running a slant route. It looked like a post from here, but it's a slant route, a skinny slant. One-on-one coverage. Use your big body to wall off, kind of like in basketball when you're backing down, trying to hold down your defender. Make the catch and drag your defender in the end zone.
Perez with the point after. Wow, he got that one up super high. And gets it up and through. 7-0 Katy here in the early stages over Morton Ranch. We'll be right back here on TexanLive.com. Welcome back into TexanLive.com. We're live here from Rhodes Stadium in Katy, Texas. Mark M. Johnson alongside Derek Rhodes. And we have seen the opening drive here from Katy. It was a good one, a touchdown strike on over to J.C. Angulo.
That's a nice drive from Katy. Come out to get good field position on your kickoff return to set you up. They had a couple pass plays, a couple quick out routes, and of course get a ball to Porter, let him kind of do his damage in the middle, and then hit your big wide receiver Angulo for a nice pass for a touchdown. Nice drive from Katy. It's a good start for them, and Morton Ranch needs to definitely try to get something going on offense when they get the ball on this return.
They'll have their first chance on offense coming up. There's the kick. It's a good one. It's going to be taken about a yard deep into the end zone. Taking it out and doing a couple of spin moves, making it across the 20, staying on his feet for a bit, making it to about the 24-yard line. Collier, I believe, was the man with the return for the Mavericks.
Nice hard run from Collier to bring the ball out. Usually you want to try to keep your guy in the back. I saw the back guy try to hold him in, but exciting play from Collier to get his guys in some good field position. It's a good early drive starting up for Morton Ranch. Let's see how they come out and go against this vaunted Katy defense.
Now, as you had said earlier, we don't see very much passing in these Morton Ranch Mavericks. They did run the wishbone a lot earlier in the season. Here's the first play from them on offense. It's a little throwback to the running back, and he will get maybe 2 yards out of the play.
That's outstanding pursuit from Katy's defense. I mean, they've been stout, all season long. They don't give up very many yards all season so far. Right now, they're averaging on the rush about 96.5 yards a game. Against the pass, they're only giving up about 52.3 yards a game. Total for all you math guys out there, it's 148.8. That's not a lot of yards given up on your defense. The defense is stout.
That is impressive. Dixon picks up 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Quick pass. It's going to be tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted. That was intended for Aaron Solomon, but it'll go down as an incomplete pass. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, wide receiver ran a little stop route, about a 5 to 6 yard stop. The quarterback had a hot fire coming at him. You got to get both hands up, make sure you secure that ball. To move the ball against this Katy offense, you're going to have to run those quick routes, kind of like what I said, one of the keys to the game. You have to run quicks and outs and some of those routes to kind of loosen them up a little bit. If not, they're just going to tee off.
Running the eye. There's another pitch back to Dixon. He takes it up the sideline, and it looks like he's got himself a first down. Pushed out of bounds. Well, no, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds just near first down marker. They'll indicate 4th down on the far side. It'll be 4th and 1, possibly inches.
See, that's one of the variables that you can't put in the game. Katy's going to have a lot of great pursuit. Their ends are going to rush, on the outside. They're going to have contained. But when you have a guy like Dixon who has a little bit extra speed, a little extra jet, in his back pouch, you really can't contain that. So if he can get to the outside, there may be some room for plays like that.
Originally indicated 4th down onto the marker, and now they have moved the chains. It is a 1st and 10 for Morton Ranch now. Here they're on the eye again. Quick pass out to the right side, or the left side rather, and it's dropped, intended for Larry Anderson.
There's a simple X quick at the top. You have your X and your Z receiver, whichever way you want to put it. You can have your X or your Z on the outside or inside. Trying to, once again, try to get those quick routes. That actually was a good pass. The receiver has to look that ball in. Sometimes you want to run so fast before you even get the ball. You have to make sure you look it in, secure the ball, and then try to run upfield.
Classic case of thinking what you're going to be doing with the ball before you actually get it. Here's the 2nd and 10. Katy wise to this play that Morton Ranch is running, and he will be stopped in the backfield. Nick Hernandez trying to take it himself, possibly looking for a pitch on the left side.
Big Corey Bethley, one of the defensive ends over there, had nice contain on that play. Yeah, when you're playing a veer offense, an option offense like that, your contain has to be key. You have to read your keys, read the quarterback, and read that pitch man, and have a good, good area with those 2 guys.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 13 situation here for the Mavericks. 2 wide receivers out to the right, I formation coming. Hernandez in trouble. He's trying to get away. Does. Now he's going to go downfield. Well covered down there. Double covered. In fact, that looks like it's going to come down to Katy. An interception at the 35-yard line. And Katy will take over.
Big interception by DC Blades. You had Hernandez going back trying to throw it. Sometimes you want to kind of live to fight another day. I mean, it's almost, you could use it almost as a punt, but you go back and you fire it up. He was triple covered on that play. DC Blades made a nice play, caught the ball at the highest point, gives Katy another opportunity to get back on the field. Like I say, you don't want any turnovers, but if you have one like that, it's kind of like a punt.
So Katy beginning their second series here. There's a pass from Dorn. It's going to be caught. Unbelievable. He turned around and made the catch, and he's going to be down inside the 15-yard line. They're going to have a first down there. Wow, what a catch.
That's a big-time play from Angulo. Another post route, a deep post route, one-on-one coverage to top-end side door. Went back, put enough air underneath the ball, and Angulo made an outstanding catch, an outstanding play. Exactly what you want to do on a quick turnover, a quick change of possession. You want to try to go deep on the first play to try to get your opponent while they're off guard.
Even at my best day, there's no way I'm making that catch. Porter in the backfield by himself. He will get it. He goes to the left side, tries to shake off one, stays on his feet, and will pick up a couple of yards near the 10-yard line.
And we'll give that tackle to Darius Bryant, one of the defensive backs. Once again, you don't want your secondary at that third level making all of your tackles. Katy's always known for getting those at least those first two levels blocking, and they expect Porter to be one-on-one with that defensive back. But you don't want to be in that position as your Morton.
7 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Katy threatening to score once again. They're at the 11-yard line, a 2nd and 6. Handoff to Porter. He's going to carry a couple of them with him. Get a few more yards out of this one. Inching closer to that first down.
Sean Williams, outside linebacker on the tackle. Shoestring tackle.
Katy with another impressive series here. Didn't go for the long one last time. This time they do. It works out in their favor. They have a 3rd and 2 here now. Porter's going to get it, and he's going to get into the end zone. Katy strikes again here with 6:11 to go in the first quarter. They have an early 13-0 lead.
That's a big-time dive off your left-hand side, giving your ball to Porter, your big horse. You got your big lineman pulling and trapping and everything else they like to run. Katy's football is running up and down the field right now. Morton Ranch is going to have to calm down, figure out a way they can slow this Katy team down a little bit.
Kick is up, and it is good. Extra point converted. That makes it 14-0 Katy. 6:11 left in the first quarter. You're listening to TexanLive.com, presented by Texan Drive.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Back here at Rhodes Stadium, it is a 14-0 Katy advantage. They've had 2 series, and they have converted both times, a touchdown pass, and now a running back touchdown from Kyle Porter. Makes it a 14-0 game. There's the kick down. It's going to bounce at the 4-yard line. Kind of die there for a second. Now it's picked up. That actually was a very good kick, bouncing there and dying. Katy might have gotten to that. If they were there a little bit quicker, they could have gotten that and tried to take advantage of it. But luckily for Morton Ranch, they got the hand on it. But they're going to start out pretty far back.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That was a live football. He tried to let it bounce. He thought it may go into the end zone, which would have given him a little bit better field position. But at that point, you have to pick it up. It is live.
Especially on the 15-yard line. That's actually further than I thought. So Morton Ranch still going to have to start out way back in their own end. Hernandez will hand the ball off here, and a tackle immediately made. May have gotten a yard out of the play. Was the running back for Morton Ranch. It looked like that was Damian Collier.
And Keegan Oddie, one of the defensive backs coming up. Right now, when you play a team like Morton Ranch that likes to run the veer and a lot of the option, you can put another guy in the box. You can have your safety scoot up a little bit closer, almost like a rover position, basically, where you're having your safeties come up and fill in the hole, almost an extra linebacker.
Did manage to pick up a yard on the play, so it's 2nd and 9. 5.5 left in the first. Hernandez in trouble, won't be able to make the pitch, and he is taken down in the backfield for a loss.
Now that's a big-time hit right there. Katy's getting a lot of penetration up front. I thought he actually was going to hand the ball off on the dive. I mean, it happens so fast out there. I mean, you can't see exactly what these young men are seeing, but it appeared that dive may have been open. Usually that's the first guy that comes through the hole. A lot of times you don't, as a defender, you don't actually tackle that first guy.
Officially a loss of 3 on the play. Makes it 3rd and 12. I formation. Hernandez in trouble again. He's going to have to throw it up, and that's going to be picked off and easily taken into the end zone for the pick 6. Katy strikes again.
Another interception for Travis Whitlock, big-time playmaker back in the secondary for Katy. Hernandez was under a little bit of pressure, or actually a lot of pressure, kind of flung it up in the air. As a quarterback, you always want to live to fight another day. If you can, try to throw that ball out of bounds, but kind of floated one for Mr. Whitlock to pick off. I mean, I have him almost his 3rd or 4th interception so far this season. Katy's defense is stout. Like I said, they only give up about 50 yards passing the game. So
Chris Perez puts it up and through. 21-0. Katy, your score over Morton Ranch here in the early stages of the first quarter. 4:45 left. You're listening to TexanLive.com.
West Point Buick GMC has Black Friday pricing now. Let the savings begin. For a limited time, get $8,000 savings off MSRP on 2015 GMC Yukons. Even 2015 GMC Sierra 1500s for just $25,900. Huge savings and selection only at West Point Buick GMC. Easy to get to on the Katy Freeway. Exit Parker Cypress both ways. We look forward to seeing you soon.
West Point Buick GMC. A better place to buy.
Back here on TexanLive.com. Katy with a pick 6. They now extend this lead 21-0. Still 4:45 left here in the first quarter. They're about set to kick it off once again. Chris Perez has got a big foot. He kicks it way down, and that's going to bounce about the same place it did last time. This time it's going to roll on into the end zone as Morton Ranch Austin Richardson just watches it go by.
Yeah, every time I watch Katy, I'm always come away impressed. I mean, a very well coached team. Coach Joseph does an outstanding job. Him and his assistant coaches, training staff. I mean, everybody that's associated with Katy football, not only now, but even the past coaches. You always see the past coaches around supporting the program. I mean, they have a nice system that they put in place. The young men feed off of that. And it appears that way when they come out to play, whatever day of the week. I mean, Katy's always ready to go.
And their fans are ready to go too. Look at all that red on that side of the stands.
That's impressive.
Filling up on the sides as well. Well, here's Morton Ranch going to work. Hernandez gets a pass out, and it's completed to Austin Richardson. And he may have actually taken a loss, may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, though, before being tackled.
Yeah, Colin Wilder from his secondary position coming over to make the tackle, actually almost behind the line of scrimmage. The pursuit that Katy has, it's unbelievable. But with the numbers that you see, I mean, it has to come from something. And you see them with their pursuit drills as they practice before they start. Defensive ends are, they have their contained. Linebackers are in their gaps, reading their keys, and you got your safeties. I mean, they're on a swivel. These guys are amazing. Watching this young team play.
2nd and 10 coming. Hernandez is gonna hand the ball off there. Doesn't get much on the play. Looked like taking that ball was Elijah Dean.
Yeah, big Joey Woodring, one of the defensive tackles. I mean, that young man is stout. It's hard to block him. And they're trying to double team him, and it's kind of hard.
There's an injury down on the field, so we'll take a quick break and be right back here on TexanLive.com.
Fastest growing Ford dealer. Why? Huge discounts, most for your trade. Explorer, $6,000 off. Fusion, $7,000 off. F-150, $12,000 off. F-250, $15,000 off. And now every car, truck, and SUV has 0% interest for 72 months. 0% for 72 months. Don't walk, run. These deals end soon. Big Star Ford, big city discounts, small town dealing.
Register online at CESperformance.com for your sports performance program. CESperformance.com has multi-month memberships and team training. CESperformance.com has baseline performance testing included with every athletic development program. Schedule your athletic evaluation at CESperformance.com. There's no cost or commitment. Be prolific at CESperformance.com.
Howdy, Eggs. Thanks for all your support this past year. Don't adjust your TV. In support of breast cancer awareness, West Point Buick GMC is donating a portion of every vehicle sale to the American Cancer Society. So if you want a new vehicle, come experience the spirit of Aggieland and help us beat the hell out of cancer too. West Point Buick GMC, easy to get to on the Katy Freeway. Exit Barker Cypress both ways. West Point is just a better place to buy.
Buick GMC, a better place to buy.
Fans, don't forget to tune into Fox Sports Southwest Friday nights from 11 to midnight for the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive. Join Howard Chen, Ted Johnson, Courtney Rowland, and Courtney Madden as they take you around the city with all of the week's football action. That's the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by TexanDrive.com from 11 to midnight Friday nights only on Fox Sports Southwest. About ready to get things going here from the injury timeout. It's 21-0 game. There's 3:52 left here in the first quarter. Morton Ranch has a 3rd and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Here it is. Hernandez going to flip it out to the outside. Dixon gives a stiff arm, still on his feet, trying to make something happen. Maybe picks up 5 yards on the play. Still going to be short of the first down.
Once again, nice pursuit from Katy. Have your safeties coming up. Dixon is a quick young guy, almost in a phone booth kind of quick. Made a move just to get enough yards to give Morton Ranch another opportunity to kick the ball, a little bit better field position to maybe pin Katy deep a little bit.
Well, I bet they wish they'd have had that gain on 1st or 2nd down. But as it stands, a 7-yard gain, not too bad, but they are going to have to punt it away here. Special teams coming on.
Yeah, the thing about this is Morton Ranch definitely want to hold the ball a little bit longer. You know, we talked about time of possession. You want to try to keep Katy off the field, especially, you know, with the score kind of where it's at now. You don't want to keep giving them opportunities to score.
There's the punt. Mullins is just going to let this one roll out of bounds around the 40, 39-yard line in Katy territory, and that's where Katy will begin their 3rd series. Katy, like we had mentioned earlier, is still trying to make it 44 in a row in district play. Look like they're well on their way here. 21-0 lead. Here's their 1st and 10 on their own 40. High formation is going to go to Porter. Porter's going to fight his way to the outside. He's going to be tackled from behind around the 47-yard line.
Henry Huff with the tackle.
Nice tackle by Mr. Huff, one of the linebackers. Had he not made that tackle, I think Porter would still be running.
Yeah, Porter looked like he was finding a nice gap on the right side. Pickup of 8 officially. 2nd and 2 from the 48-yard line. Porter's going to get it again. He's going to juke one to the left, and he's going to get across midfield for the 1st down and a little more. They're going to spot him down at the 44-yard line, Morton Ranch territory.
Once again, we're going to give Henry Huff a little credit on that tackle. He's playing defensive end. That young man had a lot of good pursuit. Actually went by the ball and to turn around and come back. That's great hustle from that young man. And if you're watching, you know, on a defensive standpoint, you never stop until you hear the whistle blow.
Absolutely. Running the eye once again. 2 wide receivers on the right. Doran looking downfield. That pass is broken up. Incomplete. Looked like Angulo had his hands on that and was broken up the very last second. Will go down as an incomplete pass.
Nice pass breakup from Darren Young. Katy attempted to run that post route that had success that first time to Angulo. Darren Young had better coverage this second time. He's seen it the first time and was better prepared for it this time around.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 44-yard line, Morton Ranch territory. Now in the shotgun, and sacked in his own territory around the 48-yard line. Doran goes down.
That was a big-time sack from Sean Williams coming off the outside. What you have to do is try to make Katy kind of get out of that comfort zone at the end. Doran sitting back there, and he has 7-on-7 passing drills going on right now, so you got to try to change that tempo. So you bring a corner off the corner blitz off the side, a corner fire, try to hit him in the backfield. It's a nice tackle from Mr. Williams, setting up this long 3rd down for Katy.
Yeah, as hard as he was hit, Doran is actually lucky he held on to that ball.
Yeah, you're right.
So here they are facing a 3rd and 16. It's going to be a short pass, almost like a screen to Porter. He's going to stay on his feet, and he's going to get the 1st down, and he's going to get a little more. He's still on his feet, breaking some tackles. Now finding a gap inside the 10-yard line. Porter has Katy a 1st and goal after facing a 3rd and 16 on a short pass.
That is a big-time play for Mr. Porter. What happens is, you try to blitz Katy. Katy says, okay, well, you're going to try to bring that approach to bring some guys off the side. So, all right, we'll let you come up. All they did was run a simple screen, let all the guys come forward, dump it off to Mr. Porter. Mr. Porter, did his magic, breaking a few tackles. I mean, he runs very, very hard. You have to really want to tackle that young man when he's got the football.
Doing what he does best, making plays happen. Porter's going to get a quick break here after that. 1st and goal on the 8-yard line. There's a pass from Doran. And that is a touchdown indicated.
That's another big-time pass right there. I thought they may throw out here. I saw man-to-man coverage over here, and actually the defender was on the inside. I mean, you're setting up that little fade route, to the corner of the end zone, and then Gula had a nice job to make that catch at its highest point and to get 1 foot in. In high school, all you have to have is 1 foot in. Of course, not the NFL where you have to have the 2. So it's a nice, outstanding play from Doran to Angulo.
Angulo makes it happen. We're actually have an injury on the side over here. We'll take a quick break and be right back for the extra point here on Texan Live.
West Point Buick GMC has Black Friday pricing now. Let the savings begin. For a limited time, get $8,000 savings off MSRP on 2015 GMC Yukons. Even 2015 GMC Sierra 1500s for just $25,900. Huge savings and selection only at West Point Buick GMC. Easy to get to on the Katy Freeway. Exit Parker Cypress both ways. We look forward to seeing you soon.
West Point Buick GMC, a better place to buy.
Chris Perez
Big
on
star
to
forward.
kick the extra point. Here it is. Another high kick from him is up, and it is good. 28-0 is your score with 1:08 left in the 1st quarter. Here on TexanLive.com, presented by Texan Drive. Fans, make sure to log on to TexanLive.com each and every week to vote for the Cavenders Player of the Week. Then tune in every Friday night into the Houston High School Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Texan Drive to see who Courtney Madden showcases as the Cavenders Player of the Week on Fox Sports Southwest. It's now a 28-0 game here at Road Stadium. Katy on top of Morton Ranch. Perez ready to kick off once again. And for the 5th time, here we go. It's going to be over to the right side. And taken, still on his feet, crossed the 20-yard line. That was Austin Richardson. Decent return out to about the 22-yard line.
All right, now if you're Morton Ranch right now, you want to come out and try to establish something. Obviously, you're trying to run the ball, and that's kind of what you do. It's what you hang your hat on. Katy came in prepared for your run, so now you have to try to do a little bit something different. You don't want to get out of who you are and what you do, and you got to keep that defense off the field. You've got those guys, playing a lot of plays so far, and then the more and more plays, attrition is definitely going to set in. So Morton Ranch needs to find some kind of consistency and get a drive going.
Dixon's going to get the ball here on 1st and 10. He's going to get stopped in the backfield before he can get to the outside. Katy defense holding strong right now, and they get another loss.
Nice pursuit from Keegan Audie. Once again, you have your safeties coming up. They're putting like 8 guys in the box right now because Morton Ranch hasn't done anything to show that they can pass. So you don't have to worry about the pass. You tell your front 7 to just rush them. Just run straight head, man on man, hit the gaps, and run full speed forward, trying to get back there to the quarterback.
Loss of 4 on the play makes it 2nd and 14. Hernandez is going to hand the ball off to Richardson. He's going to get nowhere on that one.
And they try to reverse up to the left-hand side, but then you have your corner DC Blades coming off of that corner, and we train our kids even back in KYF. As soon as you see something as a man coming in your motion, you just fire off of that side, and it's exactly what DC Blades did. Made a nice play to turn him in to the rest of the Katy defenders.
Another 2-yard loss makes it 3rd and 16, approaching the end of the first quarter. A fake handoff to Dixon. He'll pitch it out to the right side. It's still unable to get very far as a host of Tigers come over to stop Dixon.
If you're a defensive coordinator out there, or you're trying to become a defensive coordinator, if you just take a look at that last play, you see 8 or 9 guys around the tackle. That's what you want to harp. You want to harp swarm, swarm, swarm. That's exactly what Katy does. They do it week in and week out, and you want to ask why they only give up 94 yards a game and only 50-some-odd passing yards. If you take a look at that last play, that's exactly why.
That'll take us to the end of the first quarter here at Rhodes Stadium. It is 28 Katy and Morton Ranch with 0. We'll be right back for the second quarter here on TexanLive.com.
Big Star Ford, Houston's fastest growing Ford dealer. Why? Huge discounts, most for your trade. Explorers, $6,000 off. Fusion, $7,000 off. F-150, $12,000 off. F-250, $15,000 off. And now every car, truck, and SUV has 0% interest for 72 months. 0% for 72 months. Don't walk, run. These deals end soon. Big Star Ford, big city discounts, small town dealing.
Welcome back into TexanLive.com. Start of the second quarter coming up. Mark M. Johnson along with Derek Jones and production engineer Dre Matula. 28-0. Believe it or not, is your score. Katy taking it to Morton Ranch right now, and Morton Ranch is punting the ball away. That's going to be taken around the 50-yard line. Up to the 40, finding a path on the left side. He may be gone. To the 10, to the 5, in the end zone for the touchdown. Tony Mullins continues to keep the scoring going for the Katy Tigers. Another touchdown makes it 34-0.
That's a big-time run for Mullins on the punt return. I mean, every time Katy gets back to get that punt return, you know they're going to set the wall up. You just don't know where the wall is. And when you're running down the field full speed trying to make that tackle or trying to get position, you can't see those guys, kind of sliding behind you to set that wall up. Once you get to that wall, there's usually nobody else on the outside. Luckily there was one guy from Morton Ranch on the outside, but normally there's not any. That's a big play from Mullins. The special teams are a big key for Katy.
Rez once again with the PAT. It is up, and it's good. 35-0 is your score. 11:45 left here in the second quarter. We'll be right back on TexanLive.com. Well, 15 seconds and one punt has gotten Katy 7 more points, and they now lead 35-0. early here, and very early here in the second quarter. Perez set to kick off. Once again, it's going to be a high pooch kick. It's going to be taken around the 9-yard line. Richardson is going to be stopped by a brick wall right there in the 25-yard line.
Richardson on the carry. Tackled in part by Hunter Simpson.
Yeah, all phases of Katy's team is very strong. I mean, of course, you have your offense that comes out with Porter and Doran and Angulo and some of the things they've done. Their offensive linemen. I mean, sometimes you forget about the big linemen. Some of these guys that tackle and guard are pulling and trapping on most of these plays and are getting good position on your defenders, and that's why you're having all these runs and all this success, especially the pass blocking to give Doran all this time to throw. You know, you talk about the defense, how strong they are on the outside and inside and in the secondary, but their special teams just as good as anyone else's in the state of Texas. That's why they're so successful as a team.
Boy, that is the truth. Here's the first play. That pass is completed over to Richardson on the left side, and he's going to get across the 25. Pickup of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Nice pursuit, big hit from Travis Whitlock, number 9, back in your secondary.
Morton Ranch has yet to have that breakthrough play on offense. Still looking for it. Richardson hands the ball off up the middle near the 30-yard line. Might have been Dixon.
Big Raymond Randall, number 45, on the tackle on that play.
Armstead on the run.
Correction, Armstead with that run.
Third down.
This is a key third down for Morton Ranch. Once again, they want to keep that offense off the field from Katy. And of course, I know they don't want to punt the ball as well, but they definitely want to keep this ball right now.
3rd and 4 coming up. They need a first down if they want to stay in this game. Well, that pass is just a protection pass, not to get sacked in the backfield was Hernandez. He'll throw it away, and 4th down is going to come up. I say stay in this game, but it's already 35-0. I know it's early, but not looking too good for the Mavericks right now.
Yeah, no, not looking that great, but that was a smart play for Mr. Hernandez. He wants to make sure he throws that ball just a little bit further. Earlier in the game, we talked about him throwing the ball away, and he actually kind of had one float a little bit, and Whitlock picked it off and took it to the end zone. But as a quarterback, you roll out, get out of that box, and you want to try to get it to the sideline and live to fight another day.
Another punt coming for the Mavericks. This one's a good one. It's high, and a fair catch is going to be called, and it's going to be dropped.
He touched that.
It's loose. Looks like Katy may have come away with it, though. Mullins got a finger on it.
It's just one of those situations as a coach. It's a great teaching moment, you know, not only for the team out there, but for any young people listening right now. When you're going down that punt, you never let up until you hear the whistle blow. Mullins tried to raise his hand and reach up for that ball. It actually touched him. If you would have fell on the ball, then you give your team an opportunity to get the good field position and kind of help them out from a momentum standpoint. So you always want to keep playing until you hear the whistle.
No doubt about that. Well, Katy will retain possession, and they will start this next drive with a handoff to Porter. He picks up about a yard on the play.
Nice tackle and pursuit from the Morton Ranch defense. Real impressed on that play. They all kind of got lower. I mean, Katy's front line is really, really big and stout. You have to out-hustle them, out-quick them to try to get back in that backfield. So that's some good penetration from Morton Ranch on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 9 for Katy in the I formation. One wide receiver on each side. The pass is going to go over to Tony Mullins. Get a hand on it, but it'll go down as an incomplete pass.
Yeah, 3-step drop from Doran. Tried to run a quick slant, but the ball's just a little bit behind him. Key third down for Morton Ranch. They need to get Katy off the field as soon as possible. Try to get that offense back on the field. I mean, Morton Ranch has some talent. They need to try to get some of their guys involved, Dixon included.
Katy in the pistol formation. Doran looking to throw. And that pass is completed inside the 40-yard line. Looks like the tight end got over to that one.
tackled by DeAndre Allen.
Eichenberger was indeed the one to make the reception, the tight end for the Tigers. Takes it down to the 37-yard line. They'll have a 1st and 10 from there in Morton Ranch territory.
That's a big-time catch from Eichenberger. Tight end drag, running from the right-hand side to the left. Find a big target. He is really a big target.
Back to the I formation on 1st and 10. And a little pitch back to Porter. He's going to take it strong to the right side and finally taken down from behind. Very close to a horse collar, but he'll take him down around the 15-yard line. Another 1st down for Katy.
Yeah, he had Ryan Lopez, number 29, holding on for dear life. I mean, Porter had the nice play. Off tackle, had a couple guys pull in, bounce off to the right-hand side. And if it wasn't for Mr. Lopez grabbing him, he would have been in the end zone.
Holding on for dear life is a fantastic way of putting it there. So on the 16-yard line, they'll have another 1st down, rolling out to his left, and now going in towards the end zone. That's going to be picked off in the end zone by Morton Ranch. Dorn had a man, but another guy snuck around the side to make that interception for the Mavericks.
That's nice defensive coverage on that play. Tried to run a 7 route, trying to get him to the corner. And a lot of times that cornerback, sometimes they drop back into coverage, and you don't see him as you're rolling out. You don't see that guy there. So it's an outstanding coverage play from Morton Ranch to get the ball back and give their offense another opportunity to get on the field and try to get something going. Once again, with about 8 minutes to go in the half, they want to try to get at least one drive going to give them some momentum, before the halftime.
Definitely want to try something here. Down 35-0. Nobody likes to be down by that much, even though it is the mighty Katy Tigers. See if they got some fight left in them. Hernandez is going to keep it. Lose a couple yards on the play.
Corey Bethley, outstanding play on the outside. Once again, if you're running against that option, you definitely want to watch your quarterback and watch your tailback. Read your keys and make that wrap up.
Officially a 3-yard loss, makes it 2nd and 13. Hernandez looking to throw. Pass is completed and absolutely smashed after he makes the catch.
That's a nice slant route. Putting 2 hands on the ball and hold it. On a play like that, as a receiver, you know you're going to get hit, so you want to at least make the catch, because it would not be good to not make that catch, especially when you know you're going to get hit. Hold on to the ball. Outstanding play, outstanding catch.
Honestly, can't believe he held on to it.
Yeah, that was a big hit from the defender, but good concentration on that play.
Larry Anderson, pretty good hands there. 3rd and 7, and whistles will blow before they can get the play off.
Yeah, false start on the left tackle over here.
That'll push Morton Ranch back 5 yards.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit antsy, especially when the score is kind of where it's at. Sometimes the mental part of the game kind of goes away for you, and that's one of those keys that I had. You want to make sure that you stay locked in, stay focused. No matter what the score is, you still want to stay locked in and stay focused. Even though the score is 35-0 and you're playing a team that is a little bit more improved than you are, the game is not over. Anything can happen.
Let's see what they can do with 7 minutes left. Hernandez is going to look to throw downfield now. Looks like he's going to take it himself. And he's not going to get anywhere near 1st down, though he does pick up some yardage on the play. Gets just past the original line of scrimmage. And the punt team will have to come on once again for the Mavericks.
Yeah, that's a nice scramble from Mr. Hernandez, trying to get as many yards as he could. But it's outstanding coverage in the secondary from Katy. Like I said, they don't give up very many passing yards, and there's a reason why. There's outstanding coverage all the way across the board, from the safeties all the way to the corners. They're communicating. The linebackers are dropping where they need to drop into their zones. It's really hard to get a passing game, any kind of rhythm going right now. Katy's taking that away from Morton Ranch.
High snap, and the punt is going to go take a nice Morton Ranch bounce across midfield, now near the 40-yard line, stopping right dead on the 40-yard line in Katy territory. Didn't look like there was much potential in that punt, but that thing just kept bouncing all the way to the 40.
Yeah, it kind of slid off his foot just a little bit. Could have been disastrous, as it first came off the foot, but ended up getting a nice Morton Ranch roll all the way down to the 40. Giving them still giving Katy good field position, but not as bad as it could have been.
Just under 6 minutes left here in the first half. Katy, with their 35-0 lead, will go back to work. Doran with a handoff. It's going to fumble, and it looks like Morton Ranch has it at the 40-yard line. Flags go down after the play. Certainly a personal foul going against Katy, it looks like.
Yeah, the young man was down, and unfortunately he was just trying to make a tackle. The young man from Katy just reached out. I mean, he's a big fella, big strong fella, and just kind of reached out. Sometimes you get that paw on somebody. First thing you grab happened to be the helmet because the actual guy with the ball ducked his head. So, I mean, it was an accidental headgear pull, but it's a nice play for Morton Ranch. Exactly what they need to try to get back into, some kind of contention for this ball game.
Yeah, Morton Ranch is going to have their best field position.
The fumble was recovered by Craig Rose of Morton Ranch.
I actually thought they would move the ball farther down, but they're going to spot it right there at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, they actually waived the penalty off, I think, because the ball was actually down.
So 1st and 10, ball is handed off to the right side, tackled immediately.
Collier with the run, tackled by Colin Wilder.
Damian Collier on the carry.
Big number 27, Colin Wilder, coming through with a big hit from the safety position. I mean, right now at this point, I mean, you have most of the guys from Katy, they have their ears pinned back, kind of doing away with responsibilities as far as passing, because Morton Ranch hadn't had a lot of success passing the ball. So you can have your safeties. Once they see run, they can attack downhill.
Picks up 1 on the play. So 2nd and 9 coming. Hernandez throws a dangerous pass thrown behind his running back, Damian Collier, once again, and he's tackled immediately, and that's going to go down as a loss.
Yeah, Giovanni Stewart and Colin Wilder, once again, just like I said the previous play, I mean, Morton hadn't set up the pass, so you have guys just pinning their ears back. You had Wilder coming back from about 15, 20 yards away. As soon as he saw the ball thrown, I mean, it was downhill all the way.
Yeah, I would almost say, since it looked like he was in that much of trouble, to just let the ball drop out of his hands for an incomplete pass, but it was thrown behind him, so he really didn't have that option.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice. It could have been a live ball.
So 3rd and 15 after the 6-yard loss. There's a pitch over to Collier, and he gets some good yardage out of that one up to the original line of scrimmage, close to the original line of scrimmage. Still going to bring up 4th down for Morton Ranch. And surprising, it looks like special teams are coming on.
Yeah, it's a nice pitch on that, but when you're running that veer offense, you run that triple option offense. Once you have a team that's sound on the defensive side, I mean, they're reading all their keys. They're taking all the guys, the pitch man, the quarterback included, even the blocker that's coming out. Once you have all those keys read, I mean, you can pin your ears back, and it can be a long day for a running team once you have all those keys. I mean, the success for a run team is to have undisciplined guys, and Katy's not undisciplined at all.
Wilder calling for a fair catch around the 15-yard line. He does come up with the grab. You know, as far down as Morton Ranch is, I'm a little surprised they didn't try to go for it on 3rd down. But seeing as they haven't been able to pick up good yardage, I guess, on the other hand, I guess I can see why they didn't go for it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, they hadn't had a lot of success, so you want to try to kick it deep and at least make Katy work for a score, although Katy's had a lot of success so far, not working very hard.
Handoff. Taking it close to the 1st down.
Kyle Williams on the carry.
That was Kyle Williams with the carry.
That's a nice run.
Does pick up the 1st down. Ball spotted around the 25-yard line. Katy in their own territory. 3 wide receivers set in the I formation. Pitch out to Porter. He'll find a hole. And he'll take it down to the, well, close to the 35-yard line.
Porter on the carry, brought down by Ryan Lopez.
That was a nice tackle. That was a touchdown-saving tackle because he's just about to shift gears and bounce to the left-hand side. There was no one else out there, so that was a touchdown-saving tackle right there.
I definitely see what you're seeing about the offensive line creating those holes for Porter to just whip on through.
Yeah, if you take a look right now, somebody's going to pull on this play more than likely. Somebody.
Angulo in motion. Throw will go to the left side, a stiff arm. Taking it close to midfield was Tony Mullins as the flags are thrown near the play.
Maybe a face mask. Usually when you have guys running in, that fast and the guys on the sideline, sometimes you may end up grabbing, the receiver ducks and you grab a little bit of the face mask.
Well, you were right about that face mask. The chains will look like they're going to move anyway, but they're going to move even further now.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, like say, playing offense and defense. To play defensive end, and when you're trying to go make that tackle, you're running all the way across the field. Last thing you're thinking, you just want to hit something because you run so far. And if the receiver ducks his head or the ball carrier ducks his head, that face mask is easily exposed.
Ball moved up to the 36-yard line in Mayde Creek territory. Porter's going to get the call once again, going to the left side, taking it near the 30-yard line. Another good, productive pickup from him.
DeAndre Allen on the tackle.
Another nicely designed play from Katy. Had one of those pulling young men going to the left-hand side. It's almost like a counter play. You have everybody act like they're going one way, and you come back to the backside.
Right.
Well designed.
Under 2 minutes left in the first half now. Katy with one in motion. It's Mullins, but play is blown dead.
Yeah, false start. Yeah, that would have been a nice jet formation coming from the top hand screen to your bottom. Had a man in motion. That would have been a nice play setup. They had it to look like they had ever gotten in position.
So with the 5-yard penalty, we'll make it 2nd and 10. Dorn looking to throw. Has Mullins. Pass is completed near the 30-yard line.
Brought down in part by David Collier.
Nice out route, nice pass from Dorn. Little 3-step drop.
Quickly running another play. Goes out to Porter again, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield, but not without a fight. Wow, it's going to take a lot of them to get him down.
Porter with the run, brought down by a lot of Morton.
Outstanding tackle by Benga Birdaran. Big defensive lineman. Nice hands to wrap him up. Porter's not an easy person to tackle, especially in space.
Timeout will be taken down on the field, so we'll take a quick break and be right back here on TexanLive.com.
Register online at CESperformance.com for your sports performance program. CESperformance.com has multi-month memberships and team training. CESperformance.com has baseline performance testing included with every athletic development program. Schedule your athletic evaluation at CESperformance.com. There's no cost or commitment. Be prolific at CESperformance.com.
Welcome back into TexanLive.com. Mark M. Johnson along with Derek Jones and production engineer Dre Matula. 55 seconds remain in this first half. It's a 35-0 Katy lead. To Morton Ranch's credits, they've held them scoreless in the last 11 and a half minutes.
Yeah, Morton Ranch wants to definitely try to keep them from scoring. I mean, they're trying to kick a field goal right now. It would be good for Morton Ranch's morale if this ball is off. They can block it somehow. Maybe go in the half with no points given up.
Long field goal attempt coming. That is going to be close. That looks like it's good. It is off of the upright and through. Unbelievable.
That's a big-time kick. Another score for Katy. Yeah, no flags on the play. That's a special teams. Like I said, special teams has been big all night tonight for Katy. You know, the punt return back for a touchdown. I mean, they've had good returns, and then you get a good field goal, and that's another weapon that Katy didn't really need. But I mean, you have the running game, you have the passing game, and now you have a kicker who's got a nice leg on him.
Chris Perez with a 50-plus field goal. I believe it was officially 52, 53 yard.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. I have never seen that happen in a high school game.
Yeah,
somebody kicks 50-plus yards.
That's big time. I mean, that's big time, and that's a weapon. I mean, I know right now Katy may not need it for this game, but there's going to come a point sometime, you know, in the season, especially when playoffs come and a lot of games get a lot closer. The competition level is a whole lot higher than what they're getting right now. They're going to need to have special teams. They're going to need that young man to come in and, you know, maybe kick a game winner. I mean, when the games are really on the line. So that's good confidence for him. It's also good confidence for the team to know that they can trust in their kicker, you know, to make a nice long kick when they have to.
Alec DePra will come in and kick off for the field goal after that tremendous play there from Perez off the upright. Taken around the 2-yard line, Morton Ranch. Richardson gets it to about the 25-yard line. Morton Ranch is going to have 44 seconds left and see what they can come up with.
Yeah, depending upon what Katy wants to do. I'm not sure if Katy wants to call timeout. I mean, if I was Katy, I would probably call timeouts. But Morton Ranch, what they need to do is maybe take a knee and let's go into the half and let's regroup, you know, come back out. You don't want to do anything, any miscues to give Katy another opportunity to kick another field goal or to get any more points before the half.
Katy does have all 3 timeouts remaining. Morton Ranch with 2.
I mean, I have that aggressive philosophy as well, so I would call timeout. That's just the kind of coach I am as well.
High formation, Hernandez going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss.
Michael Morton.
Yeah, it appears Katy won't do that. They're going to allow Morton Ranch to run out the clock if they like.
Play clock turned off. So they'll probably regroup and just send this one into the half. They may run off one more play. They are. And it's just going to be a run up the middle. So that will take us to the end of the first half. Dominating performance once again as we see from these Katy Tigers. Our score at the half, Katy 38, Morton Ranch 0. Keep it here as halftime is presented by West Point Buick GMC.
At Panera, we decided a long time ago to avoid the easy road and switch to antibiotic-free chicken.
West Point Buick GMC has Black Friday pricing now. Let the savings begin. For a limited time, get $8,000 savings off MSRP on 2015 GMC Yukons. Even 2015 GMC Sierra 1500s for just $25,900. Huge savings and selection only at West Point Buick GMC. Easy to get to on the Katy Freeway. Exit Parker Cypress both ways. We look forward to
Big Star Ford, Houston's fastest growing Ford dealer. Why?